Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and I know yesterday's video was late and it wasn't what you guys were expecting, and I didn't cover this video, which is the experimental mode or the retail patch notes for the experimental mode. Now, what I saw yesterday was interesting because they're trying to change Moira how it was. Her biotic grasp angle is reduced to 37, so I believe it's more tight. New biotic orb now sticks to enemies when impacting them instead of piercing through them. Only deals damage if the target is stuck, and now a constant 60 DPS to all enemies will remain on a player for 3 seconds or until 120 damage is dealt to that player. Whichever happens first now is destroyed if it hits an enemy barrier. Reduced max number of bounces to 1. Increase the projectile speed to 25. And they're trying to get the fade. Now phases out all allies within 6 meters and self for 1 second. After executing fade, no longer frees Moira or allies from graviton surge or for Sigma's gravitic flux. Cooldown's now 8 seconds. A lot of people don't like these changes because Moira is fine where she is. That is my honest opinion, because when you look at it, Moira is actually fun how she is. I don't like how they want to change her, because if you start changing things like this, it will start to ruin the character and it will make her feel off. Because her fade was her get out ability of a lot of situations. That is good for a support. That is actually needed for a support. Because what she can do, she can fade out and ult in a graviton surge or a gravitic flux. And they go on. It's like this round. It's an iteration of the experiment that they tested in July. With these changes overall, they reduced the power level of the new Fade ability, as it was just capable of doing too much in the last form. That was their fault for making it do too much. Now it cannot cleanse negative effects or easily allow people to escape Sigma or Zarya ult, but it is still a powerful tool to reduce significant incoming damage if it is timed well. As for the damage orb, this is totally a new direction, and they try to accomplish the same goal as before, changing the ability from easy to use but low impact to more skillful and high potential. Landing damage orb is now more challenging, but rewarding is also higher. This iteration we're constantly doing internally, then making changes or new designs or designing new heroes. I can't read because I just woke up. The experimental card gives us an interesting opportunity to show how things evolve and are tested over time. Keep in mind, these are purely experimental changes and not likely to go live. I'll get into this next one, but I'll show you guys a clip that my friend Akuma did. And it's with the new orb. That's the range of it. It's hitting this on all the way to the left. And let me get some screenshots open as well. You have, with this one, with the orb, look how far it goes. It goes all the way to this 4th Ana. Another one, the range of it is like Mercy's pistol. Because that's hitboxes are like Mercy's pistol hitbox. Now, let's take a moment and think. Is this good for the hero? In my opinion, no. What does this break? It breaks Reaper because he can no longer free Zarya's graviton surge and Sigma stuff. The reason being, it's not lazy coding, it's modular coding. So if Moira's fade changes, Reaper's wraith form also changes. This is one thing I don't like, because sure, it makes coding easier, but it also breaks some intentional, like some things that were needed. Like with Reaper, I can understand, like, oh, you can't get out of Sigma's ult, but out of a graviton surge, I don't think these changes will go through, because I know this upset a lot of Reaper mains. And this upset a lot of people, and they just don't like it. Then we have bug fixes, but one person said code, they don't feel like writing different code for him. Wraithform and Phage shared the same code, and changing one will impact the other one, like other heroes using it. And then we have this whole Moira take two. We want more fun and play. It doesn't know. We want Moira to have opportunity making big game impact plays. She already does enough. Like, her healing is outstanding, her damage is outstanding, and her ult is one of the best ults for support, in my opinion, next to Trance and Lucio beat. And they want Moira to feel skillful. But it's like, she's already a skillful character. People just don't know how to flip so much between damage, heal, damage, heal. Like, if you watch my gameplay or Helva's gameplay of Moira, we both swap between when we need to damage and when we need to heal. It's always around a corner healing, or if you need to get that charge, you throw out your orb, and you also do, oh hey, I'm gonna damage a little. And what they're testing, biometric grasp reduced, requiring her second fire ability to be more accurate, so it's becoming more narrow. I don't like that, because they tried this with Symmetra's old beam, if you guys remember that, where attached, it didn't work. Rather than being based on proximity damage, Orb now deals damage by attaching to enemies. It's pretty much doing the exact same, but it's a little faster, and it's a little... and it attaches, not pierces. Fade will phase out nearby allies, as it did in previous tests, but will no longer permit Moira or allies to escape from Zarya's Graviton or Sigma's Flux. This also applies to Reaper. We also removed the previous test cleanse given the power of Fade. We've also increased the cooldown slightly. This does not need to happen. Fade is fine how it is. Because, oh no, it fades out your team for a second. Cool, not needed. Immortality abilities are actually garbage. We saw that with Mercy Masterez. That's one of the reasons, next to Hide and Seek, why she got a rework. We have Reaper. They did so much to help him, and now he's fine. Then we have the introduction of Baptiste with Immortality. Immortality is a stupid ability. It should not be a 30-second cooldown ability. It should be an ultimate where you have to work up to. And Moira's Fade is perfectly fine. Do not change Fade. As actually, if you start changing stuff, you break stuff. Like, oh look, you change one, it automatically changes the other. I don't like when there's modular coding at all. And this is a nerf to Reaper, which he actually doesn't need a nerf. Which is, in my opinion, just horrible. And I kind of just don't want to play Moira if this goes through, because I don't see the need for Moira to change. I've played Moira, I've used the main Moira, and I don't really want to see... It's just bad. Like, the sticky orts sound pretty cool, don't get me wrong. But just keep Fade the same. That's my problem. Fade doesn't need to change. Biotic Grasp also doesn't need to change. The one thing that needs to change is the orb. They're doing so much for so little, like... Oh hey, look. We tune this so it's now sharper. We change Fade. Horrible idea. But Orb is fine, in my opinion. But this is enough me rambling, because I need to get this video out. As it's like, they're never gonna truly fix Moira. But I want to hear your guys' opinions down in the description. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.